Want to talk about Steve?
Yeah.
Wait, before we do that. Wait, before we do that.
Let's fucking pause.
No.
Let fucking me and Zappy go at it one-on-one. Oh, man, you know what's funny is...
Let's talk about Steve.
You go in that big, beautiful Red Rock room. High limits.
Yep.
You got fucking Batman who always comes in to save him, right?
Okay.
You know, over time, you snuck him like 60 grand here, 30 grand, 90 grand, saved them.
He saved us, too.
I got the #1 spot in that fucking room right now.
Yep.
I bailed him out for $2.5 million.
2.5?
With options included.
I thought it was $1 million. Yeah.
With options included. So I have the throne
So
in that high-limit blackjack room, my friend.
So $1 million. They put up $1 million in cash, right?
So we haven't signed that thing with them, right, John? Okay.
You got 10% though. You just said.
So no, I didn't.
You just said 2.5.
You just said you got 10%.
Options don't matter until they fucking cash.
I don't want to discuss Steve's deal. I'm joking. We don't want to discuss Steve's deal. But at the end of the day, I told Steve, because again, I have a tendency to take an Adderall sometimes and think I have superpowers. So I took it and I was like, Steve, I just saw you lost $1 million. You know, it was like, damn, I can't let my brother go down like that. This is the kind of guy I am. Unlike you, you rat. I fucking go, Steve, I'm going to get him. I go, Steve, I got you $1 million. Give me 24 hours. I was like, gunk. Everybody went to bed. Everybody went to sleep. Menery was pacing around the high-limit room, cranking on calls. You know what I did? I brought him in a briefcase of $1 million and a silver platter. So I will say this. What do you got to say now?
That's dope.
Oh, I got it.
That's dope. Wait, Dana, go ahead.
So, first of all, let's start here.
Oh, boy.
Steve was in a bad place.
And we got him out of it.
No, Steve needed to go home. What Steve needed to do was go home. Steve was in there for 48 hours.
Yes.
Caught up in this and wouldn't leave.
Right.
Steve's parents were trying to intervene and get him home.
By the way,
there, running around.
Oh, I'm in here. Here's $1 million, everyone. Here, like Santa Claus.
But you're offering deals without knowing what all of his deals already are.
I knew what his deals were. I know all the things going on.
Oh, yeah, you're dialed in on all the different businesses that he has going on.
Let me ask this, Dana. Was I aware?
So I'm in there trying to get Steve to go home and telling him, Steve, we live here. We live in it. You don't live in Miami now. You live in Vegas. This place ain't going away.
I agree.
It's going to be here.
I agree.
Go home, work out, do the superhuman protocol, go take some time off, and we'll do whatever. You're in there trying to get him to play more. Stream.
No. I do think the stream is, I think that you guys do, by the way, real quickly, I think the greatest show on...
Wait a minute. No, you just rattled off a bunch of bullshit. Now answer me. You're in there pushing him to stream and gamble more.
I am so sorry that I brought somebody $1 million.
That's not the point.
Right.
Hold on.
The point is, we're trying to help him. We're not looking at him as, we're not looking at the money. We're looking at the human, Steve.
Friendship.
And Steve is one of the greatest kids in the world, but Steve goes off the rail sometimes.
I agree.
Okay? And everybody who surrounds him's job is to get Steve back on the rails.
And
now,
I am
you're off the rails 24/7, okay?
That is correct. But
off a rail Steve is a bad combo, okay?
Correct, but it's funny because when we're both off the rails, for some reason we kind of work together and it makes sense. And that's what it is. And I am the first guy to be like, Steve, like...
Steve, let's keep going.
No, I just
Steve, get that stream going. That's you. That's who you are.
No, I just felt like Steven Spielberg back there producing the greatest, even though I really wasn't involved.
Sounds like
it's the great producing the greatest train wreck ever.
Whatever you want to call it.
Till it gets to a point where it hurts Steve.
No, because I'm never telling him to push more money to bet. What I was always trying to do is, first of all, I lost $1 million. Oh, here's $1 million.
No, but it sounds like you got him that out of guilt of being there. And
I got that out because he's my boy, and that's it, Stein. It's something you would never do.
If he's your boy, then you want Steve to leave the casino,
and
not stay and keep streaming.
Oh, we didn't have him stay. He was like done.
So what happens is
I walked away.
What happens is when you get into that zone where you're gambling like he was fucking gambling, you have to get him out of there. And you have to go do other things and you have to get your life back on track.
And I'm not that guy. I'm always letting you know.
Oh, yeah, you're the guy getting people back on track,
The only thing I love about that, I do think the stream is the most unbelievable entertainment I've ever seen, and I think everybody can say it. I think you guys...
I don't disagree with you.
I think it's a great thing. So I always was like, can I keep the lights on?
Steve was in a bad place. Steve needed to leave that casino, and you were trying to make him stay and keep streaming.
Got it. Steve was in a bad place. I got him $2.5 million.
That's not about
the money.
But we didn't push him any further to bet. I get it.
He's saying it's about friendship and getting him out of the casino.
Why did I spend 8 hours with Steve trying to say, hey, Steve, why don't we get people to come in here?
So you can ask Steve this yourself.
Yeah.
So when I play Batman and I roll in 30, 60, 90.
You are Batman.
Why do you think I'm coming in with the 30, 60, 90? So he can keep playing? No, I come in with the 30, 60, 90 so he will go home. I want him to go home. That's why I come.
You know what I don't get?
I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
This, shelf of being a bad
I come in at 2, 3, 4 in the morning to do this stuff for Steve so that Steve will go home.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, Steve's going to stay there for 48, 72 hours, whatever it is, and keep going. And Steve's drinking. Steve's chain smoking cigarettes. He's dipping that crazy shit he's throwing in.
Yeah.
Steve's off the rails. I want Steve back on the rails.
Yeah.
That's why I go in and do that stuff, because he's my friend and I care about him and I want him to leave.
Well, I apparently don't. You know.
I'm not saying that you don't. But you,
I love Steve like a
but
brother.
you don't do it the right way. Yeah. And you can't come in and do $1 million deal for Steve when you don't know what the rest of Steve's deals are. And you don't know what the rest of Steve's. You don't know who Steve is obligated to in these different spaces.
I did. That's why it cleared.
And now Steve has to deliver for this $1 million guy.
Great fucking deal. And I can get him out of it. It's all good. I can get him out of it. No big deal. Talk
That's
to
not
Agent
the
Menery.
point.
Jerry Maguire. I got you.
And I'm not saying, I told you that night,
Yeah.
wow, that's fucking amazing that you did $1 million. But you don't know what the rest of his deals are. And
you know what my commission was?
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah.